And welcome everyone to our team training. It is Saturday, April 1st, April Fool's Day, Peter. I just realized that. And we're so happy that you all are here for our 3-3-3 training. This is how we do patch 3 a day, follow up with 3 a day, and invite 3 to Zoom. It is really the system of our business. And today it's going to be pretty fun. I'm going to ask Peter some questions and he's going to train based on answering them, because we have been working 3-3-3, and let's see how many people know what that means. Patch 3 people a day means we make a list and we expose. Follow up with 3 people a day means you really got to follow up on the people that you share with, and invite 3 people to our patching podcast. That's the secret sauce. We have patching podcasts 5 days a week, Monday through Fridays. And it's 30 minutes of 15 minutes of real people with real testimonials and 15 minutes of how the product works. And all I can say is they just keep getting better. They just keep getting better. Like sometimes I get on these podcasts. From Thursday, we had a woman that had, her eye pressure go completely down, and another woman who anxiety went to normal. Like, you can't help but be riveted when you go to these and bring people to them. So that is 3-3-3. But Peter, you keep saying things like PPP. And we used to be Ask, Share, Give, which kind of is the same as PPP, but a little different. And the PPP is piquing interest, pre-qualifying, write this down, and moving to a pack, either a wholesale pack or a small gift pack with information. So we've kept the system open so that you can be flexible. And Peter really is an igniter. Trust me when I say that he ignites everything. And he really ignited about a month ago that we really needed to understand this piquing and this pre-qualifying. So Peter, explain what it means to pique, and what are some piquing questions that you use?
Thanks, Marcy. And actually, before I explain the piquing and how I use it, okay, everyone, I want to give you an analogy. I really want to give you the psychology, the human behavior of what piquing and pre-qualifying is. And then I want you to all understand how it applies to your not only Lifewave business, but to your life. Does that make sense, everyone? Because the number one thing we don't want you to do here is this. We don't want you to waste time by learning the wrong thing and not understanding the behavior behind it. So when you understand why you do the things you do you guys know why you do the things you do? Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just do it just because you hear it, you see it, but then you're duplicating something. Can you duplicate the wrong thing? Yes, you can constantly duplicate the wrong thing. Is it good to duplicate the wrong thing in a network marketing company? Totally. You don't want to duplicate the wrong thing. So if anybody here, if you're here for the business, okay, literally understanding the business is just understanding human behaviors, everybody, okay? Now, let me give you an analogy, and I use this all the time. I want each one of you, who here heard about real estate investments? Raise your hand, real estate. Who here owns a home? Who here ever bought a home? Who here ever talked to a real estate agent? Good. Now, let's pretend we're a brokerage. Why is a broker is who? A broker is someone who owns a firm, right? And Pat Tom used to be a broker, right, Pat? Pat, your job is what? to find what? The best?
Absolutely, the finest. And I've been in real estate since I was 17 and a broker since I was 21. Owned a company in Syracuse, New York, and owned a company in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Correct. So your job, Pat, is you are training the best agents, correct? Real estate agents. Does
Absolutely.
everybody understand that? A broker will never make money if his agents don't sell what, Pat?
Homes.
Homes. Homes, okay? Now, I want everyone to understand, put your broker hat on right now, okay? If I am training my agent to make sure that he's a great agent, let me ask everyone this. Is it hard to find a lead? Is it, Pat, how hard was it to find a homeowner that would want to buy a home from you or list a home with you? How hard was that? How challenging was that for a real estate agent?
It's always challenging because it's very, very competitive.
Does everybody feel that? Do you know how hard it is to find a home to sell or a person to purchase a home? Why? Because it's freaking competitive, right, Pat? The industry is only so big and only so many people can afford. Now, I want you to all look at your leads, your prospects as a home purchaser or somebody who's selling their home. Does that make sense? Now, Pat, I want to pique your interest. So if I wanted to pique your interest, I would have to ask everyone, who here is looking to purchase a home? Who here is looking to sell their home, right? I'm looking for those two people. Now, if I'm looking for someone to purchase a home, everyone, this is the first pre-qualifier. Would I take somebody, Pat, would you drive somebody all around Scottsdale for days and days and look at all these beautiful $1 million homes if you did not know if they're interested in $1 million homes, if they were not qualified, meaning if they don't have the credit score to purchase a home, and if they did not have the income to qualify to purchase the home? Would you take that client around?
I qualified all my clients, excuse me, and I was very, very discreet, to be very frank with you. I had to be.
Everybody, did you understand what I just said? Would you waste your time, your gas, your time away from family, your time away from your personal life for work if you did not know exactly what that person is looking for, what they want, what they're qualified for, and what they've seen? No, because you would not be a broker because you'll be broke.
Correct.
Right? Now, let me ask a serious question, everyone. Would you talk to somebody in Lifewave or about stem cells if they don't understand about stem cells, if they don't want to regenerate their stem cells, if they've never watched a video or how the stem cells work, and if they've never listened or got a third-party referral from a home or about stem cells or heard somebody else's testimonial? Why would you want to talk to this person or work with this person if they have not gone through that pre-qualification stage? How many of you are missing and skipping that whole pre-qualification stage right now? Let's be transparent. How many of you are not going through Piquing, asking them? And Marcy and I are going to go through the whole Pique pre-qualify in such details today, so you can actually understand the psychology of the whole thing, so you can reverse engineer if you have not done this and if you're not getting the results that you're looking for. How many of us are having a challenge asking for the business? Asking for packages? That's because you're not peaking and pre-qualifying enough. And that's what we're going to go through today. if you peak properly, if you pre-qualify so much, asking for the business is, they will tell you they want the business. They will tell you that they want the product. Does that make sense? If I pre-qualified my real estate clients so much, if I showed them the value of who Peter No is, because I know every home in Scottsdale, I know the best deals, I know the best loan programs, I know the best, I can negotiate the best, I am the best for you. Are your prospects saying that same thing about you in stem cells? Are you their best stem cell friend? Are you the solution to their problem? Can you answer that? Are you the best resource to connect them to their future, to their health? Are you the solution to their pain, their energy, their sleep? How do they know? How do they know what they're taking? Are you telling them what they're taking, or are you giving them tools so they can get their own aha moment? Who here wants to discover their own aha moment, or who wants to be told and spoil the fun? Don't you want them to get their own aha moment? Remember the first time you went to the website and you're like, oh my God, Marcy, this thing is crazy. Marcy, when you patched me, didn't I get my own aha moment when you didn't tell me what it really was? And we didn't even have a website. We didn't have a biz site. We didn't have a podcast, but I had my own aha moment, correct?
You sure did.
How many people had their own aha moment here? That is what I want you to give to every 3 person that you talk to that one day, or the 2 person or the 1 person. Whether you talk to 3 people a day, or whether you talk to 3 people a week, whether you talk to 1 person a week, I want you moving forward, starting today. Today is April 1st. Let's all pretend we're going back to square one. Who here wants to go to square one? Let's go back to square one for the next 90 days, okay? This is the 2nd quarter now. Marcy and I are gonna go deeply role-playing the peak and pre-qualify. I'm gonna stop her where I want you guys to see the transaction, and then we're gonna bring up 1 or 2 people, Marcy, because we got a lot of time today to go into the peak and pre-qualify and make this the video that we can cut and edit to put on a biz site. So everybody, are you ready to be peaked, and are you ready to be pre-qualified? Melissa's like, oh yeah, bring it on. Let's go.
Okay, so Peter, why don't you give us an example of what your favorite peaking questions are? And why, and so can you just, so people can write them down? So what do you say first?
My only 2 peaking questions, only 2. The first one I always have to get to is not what do you know, it's what have you heard? What have you heard? Not what do you know anymore, okay? Take away the what do you know. It's what have you heard about stem cells. The reason why I'm doing this is because I kept on asking people, what do you know? The first thing they'll tell me is they don't know. I hate to say this, people don't know sometimes what stem cells are. They don't know where they come from. Okay, they just heard that their friend got an injections. They heard that somebody paid thousands of dollars for it. They heard that somebody, an athlete, an actor, an actress, people that have money have flown to Mexico or Europe to get stem cells injected, but they don't know what they are. So if you sometimes ask, what do you know? They sometimes push back because they don't want to sound like they don't know what they don't know in front of you. Does that make sense?
Well, what's
So-
interesting about that, Peter, is we've done a lot of training with Christian Hansen on influence. And he
Yes.
says, when you do a question like, have you heard about stem cells? It's, oh no, when you ask the question, I'm so used to saying it now. Have you heard about stem cells? It's not like you're quizzing somebody. When you say, what do you know about stem cells? It feels like a quiz, or
Marcy, unmute yourself. I just have to mute somebody.
it feels like you're quizzing them, or like it's ego. So that's why we're really changing our.
Who is that? Jan, can you find that person?
I believe I muted them. So instead of what do you know about stem cells, which is very quiz-like or ego-like, have you heard about stem cells is much more gentle, and people respond better to you as it relates to influence. And so I really appreciated that training from Christian Peter. So that totally makes sense to me. I've changed that too now.
It's good. So everyone, the first thing I always have to get to is, what have you heard? That is called the first peak. You want to know the moment what they heard is they only can say two things, everyone. Write this down. They're only going to say, yes, I have heard. The moment they say, yes, I've heard of stem cells, they're going to say, I think I've heard it was expensive. I think you get it injected. Then I want you to parlay that. I want you to go deeper. So, Maria, you've heard that it's expensive, right? Yes. You've heard that it's invasive, right? Yes. You've heard that it doesn't work 100%, correct? Because we're taking somebody else's DNA and injecting into yours, correct? Yes. Do you guys agree? That is called a piggyback. You're just agreeing with what they heard. Does that make sense? That is, you're supporting that. Now that is more constant peak. Now the second thing, yes, they've heard it, or Peter, no, I have not heard. What are stem cells? The moment they say that, a lot of people go into the science after that. Oh, we're off the man.
You need to unmute yourself. Okay.
The moment, everyone, the moment they say they don't know about stem cells, write down this answer, okay? And Marcy says this all the time on all her calls. Hey, Maria, do you remember when you're 20 years old? Right away when they say, no, I don't know what stem cells are. Hey, Maria, do you remember when you were 20 years old? Did you have gray hair, wrinkles, and pain? I want you to, when you say that right away, you're bringing them back when they were 20 years old so they can relate the youth. Because Maria, when you were 20 years old, you had so much stem cells producing in your body. When you say that word, you're already premeditating into their mind that you're saying that they're already producing your own stem cells. So they're not going to question where stem cells come from. Remember that, because your organs, your eyes, everything was functioning. Now, Maria, from 20 years old to 35, by the time you hit 35, Maria, 50% of your own stem cells does not get produced. That's why you're walking, that's why you cannot, everyone write this down. That's why you cannot regenerate and repair yourself 50% of the time. So you see how I'm already painting a picture for them? I'm already telling them they're not regenerating and repairing because 50% of your cells are not being produced. Okay, that's Pam.
I got Pam. Keep talking. I'll mute her every time, Peter. Keep talking.
So, Pam, get your phone off your butt. Okay, so everyone, now when you produce, when on age of 35, you're not producing 50% of your stem cell. By the time you hit 65, let's relate to them. What happens from 35 to 65? Up to 90% of your own stem cells is not producing in your blood. That's why you cannot regenerate and repair 90% of the time. How many of you can relate with that? Now, what happens from the age of 35 to 65? Maria, do you know people that are taking pharmaceutical drugs? Do you know people that have to get surgery? Do you know people that have chronic illness? That is because they cannot regenerate and repair because they don't have stem cells generating in their body. Did you guys understand that? Did you hear what I just said? I literally painted a picture for them. Now, that is another peak. Now, everyone, get ready. This is the second peak. So the first peak is, what have you heard about stem cells? You answered yes or no. You got the answers down now. The second peak is, hey, Maria, look at this. Look at this. What if I told you I finally found, there's Bob's line. What if I told you I finally found a technology in stem cells? Did you guys hear? Write that down. What if I told you I finally found a technology in stem cells where I can turn on your own stem cells using your own body's light for less than a cup of coffee a day? What if I told you I can turn on your own stem cells using your own body's energy for less than a cup of coffee a day? Do you see how many bullet points I hit on that one sentence? What if I'm the one telling you that you can use your own body's energy to turn on your own stem cells, yours, for less than a cup of coffee a day? Literally, it was I, you, and I'm gonna end it for less than a cup of coffee a day. What do you think your prospect now is understanding in less than 5 minutes, Maria? Do you think you have just piqued that person's interest all the way? Everyone, did you hear? I am not going away on the Pique until I know what she knows, until I know she wants to know what I know, and she wants to knows she wants to say yes. I already know she wants it that bad because I'm so good at piquing. If you don't learn how to pique so good, they are not going to want to be pre-qualified. If they're not going to want to be pre-qualified and see more information, then they're not going to buy a package. Is everybody agreeing and understanding this piquing process deeper now? Now let's go now.
Peter, can I just give a quick peek that's similar, but just just so they can write it down? That's just a little real tight lines that I've heard from Peter, and I'm just going to do it really quick. I call it the I'm concerned peak. I actually use two peaks, the I'm concerned peak, and I also have the compliment peak. The I'm concerned peak is what's going on with you. I finally found something that helps me with whatever's going on with them. Have you heard about stem cells?
I love that.
Did you know you could activate your own stem cells for less than a cup of coffee a day? That is the I'm concerned peak. It's just real tight, peaking questions. Do you want me, Peter, to say it one more time so people can write it down? It's just everything you said real tight. Are you good with that? Okay.
Just keep on going.
So one more time, this is the I'm concerned about you peak. What's going on with you? I finally found something that helps me with whatever's going on with it. Have you heard about stem cells? Did you know you could activate your own stem cells for less than a cup of coffee a day? I've been using that I'm Concerned Pique all the time now based on listening to Peter. Now, the other Pique I learned was from another team member, and it brought me back to my old days, Peter, of the compliment Pique. And what do I mean by that? Peter, you are the biggest network marketer in all of the Asian community, and I respect the man you are. Have you heard about stem cells? Did you know you could activate your own stem cells for less than a cup of coffee a day? So I have taken all your training over the last month, Peter, and I've put for myself the I'm Concerned About You Pique and the compliment Pique, because they're just a little different, but a lot alike. Does that make sense?
I love it, Marcy, and I'm glad everyone, you just literally got 4 peaks, okay? Concerned Pique, what was that
There's
one?
2 Piques, that I'm Concerned About You Pique and the compliment Pique. And they both utilize what you've been training, what Bob Campbell's been training, and actually another distributor on one of our teams brought me the compliment Pique, and it brought me back to our old days of course you compliment, of course. But it's not a compliment like you have great shoes. It's a compliment of what that person really means to you.
The one thing, everyone, play around. Again, we're giving you tools. You use those tools to your style, to your personality. Always be you. Don't be a Marcy and a Peter and a Bob and an Amy or anybody, okay? You be you, but again, the behavior is the peak. So practice that to the point where you're piquing that person so much that they want more information. Does that make sense? Now,
And Peter, let me say something on that. What I love about Peter and why we're moving the ask to the peak, because when you think about it, it's like peak. You can do more than one question. You're piquing interest. So those questions are just in your mind go, I'm piquing interest. What's going on with you? I finally found something that helps me with whatever's going on with them. Pique. Have you heard about stem cells? That's another Pique. Did you know you could activate your own stem cells? That's another Pique for less than a cup of coffee a day. I've watched some of folks who are really good on like texting and voice memo and messenger. They just Pique, like they'll ask one question and they'll wait for them to come back to you. And then you'll get them with another one. And Eric, that I know you're in the background over there, that's what I watched him do with his piquing. And at that point, I realized, oh my gosh, these one sentence peaks, you peak and then they respond. You peak and then they respond. And then you move into pre-qualification. So I have been listening and learning to the masters. Peter, thoughts on that? Do we want to take into how you take that to pre-qualifying now, or do you have more on piquing?
No, and man, I just lost my thought, but let's go into the pre-qualifying now, okay?
Okay, so what two things? I believe the 2 pre-qualifiers that we use is startx39now.com and our testimonials. Would you be in agreement with that?
Correct. Now let's help people understand the pre-qualifier, okay?
Yeah, talk about that.
Everyone, once you peak to the point, okay, you can peak as long as you want. Peaking is a tool and a gift, okay? Anything you do in life, you're gonna have to peak people. That is the difference between pushing information and pulling information. Remember, always remember, we're professional network marketers. We pull information from you. We never push. But the moment now you're done with the peaking, you're gonna have to use our tools now to pre-qualify. What does pre-qualify mean, everyone? I need to ask you now for your credit report. I need to ask you for your income statement So I know that I'm giving you the right, once I get that information from you, you're pre-qualified so I can send you the right home, right? Now that you're peaked, I need to send you the right information so you can see this for yourself with or without me. That's why we are not David Schmitz. We're not scientists. You and I will never be regurgitating how the science works, how the cells work. Does that make sense? What is the first pre-qualifier tool? The website. StartX39now.com. Not startx39.com. StartX39now. NOW.com. Okay. Now, when I ask Maria, I ask her, hey Maria, look at this patch. What if I can tell you, I can turn on I finally found a technology in stem cells. What if I can turn on your own stem cells using your own energy for less than a cup of coffee a day? Would you like some more information on this? Boom. Stop, everyone. You're not saying more. You're stopping and you want her. What do I want Maria to say, Maria? Yeah. Give it to me. Share me with me now. Does that make sense? If she says, what if she says, no, Peter, that does not interest me. I don't have time for this. What am I going to say? Adios. She's not peaked. She doesn't care. But if she says, yes, everyone, you shut your mouth. You have nothing else to say now. The only thing you're saying is, Maria, I love it. I'm going to text you a website. I would love for you to go on this website. It's called startx39now.com. Once you get on the website, take a look at the first videos so you can see how the technology works, so you can hear all the testimonials of the people, the doctors or users, and you can feel our community. So I say this, did you repeat what I said? I want you to go to the website so you can hear how the technology works. So you can see so you can see how the technology works, so you can hear testimonials from our users and you can feel our community. When you go to our website, can you feel how good the website is? That is a feeling, a seeing, a hearing. We're touching all your senses with the website. Do you know that? It was designed like that. The website is your recruiting tool. The website could already be telling that person, yes, oh my gosh, Deborah, that's an awesome site. Oh my gosh, Pat, man, that site was so informative. I can't believe there's something else like that. Does that make sense? Now,
So
this is
Peter,
my, go ahead.
So what I say on the site is, after I pique them with what's going on with you, I finally found something that helps me with. Have you heard about stem cells? Did you know you could activate your own stem cells for less than a cup of coffee a day? Oh, take a look at startx39now.com. Take a look at the first video on light. It's just 1 minute. The second video on stem cells is just 3 minutes. In 4 minutes, you'll know if you like this stuff. That's all I say, because I'm just pre-qualifying with 4 minutes of their time. Okay. And then I take them to, you ready? This is what I learned from you, Peter. What's going on with you again? Oh, you have that arthritis? Oh my gosh. Let me get you a testimonial about what happened to my friend with that. And where am I going to go? To our BeActivating testimonial Telegram, and I'm going to send it to them. Or, in my opinion, Peter, tell me if you think I'm wrong. I use testimonials in 4 ways to pre-qualify. The BeActivating, my friend has something I'm going to tell you. If they want to do a business, I get a testimonial from our business Telegram. Or I say, here's my testimonial, or come to a live testimonial. There's 4 different types of testimonials that you can pre-qualify based on what's going on with them, based on what they need. So I'm using to pre-qualify all the time now, not the now site, just 4 minutes. And then I usually pick 2 testimonials. Oh, you have arthritis, let me send you one. Oh, by the way, there's a live testimonial tonight, just 30 minutes. Real people with real experiences. Would you like me to send that to you as well? I'm just using what we have as our secret sauce really much more efficiently now, Peter. Thoughts?
I'm going to piggyback exactly why you're doing that. So everyone, I want you to remember, just put yourself in your prospect shoes. Melissa, if I ask you, hey, so what's going on with you these days now? And you're telling me, Peter, I can't sleep. Peter, I have no energy. Peter, my back is hurting. My hand is hurting. And then I say, Melissa, I'm going to send you a 30-minute recording, a testimonial recording on our technology. And you physically watch that. Everyone, put yourselves in Melissa's shoes, and she's physically watching and hearing her issues from somebody else's solution. Let me repeat that again. She's hearing her issues from somebody else's words, mouth, and they're getting a solution. And Peter sent that, and Peter did not convince Melissa, oh my God, Melissa, this is gonna take away your pain and your sleep. You're gonna sleep like a baby tonight. You're gonna have more energy than a bunny rabbit, da 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 da. Is how different is that for Melissa's experience to do that? And then she matches up, and then she goes to the website. Whatever she sees and hears on the podcast, it is reconfirmed on the website. She got double pre-qualification. And all that Marcy and I are saying, hey, Melissa, after you watch that, after you review the information, call me back right away, and I will show you how to order this at wholesale, or what Marcy calls sample packs. I call it wholesale packs. You can pick whatever you like to your comfortability, okay? No matter what you do, the moment you peak and pre-qualify, they should be jumping through the wall to be able to get the products in their hands. That is the psychology you want to get to without you convincing, without you telling it how great it is. Let the tools do the job for you. Let the community, when they come to a podcast, and that's why we tell everyone, use the podcast, because the podcast has another 3 psychology to it. How many of you went to the podcast for the first time and without even listening to what the words, saw a bunch of happy people? Doesn't that make you feel good that you're not seeing like money people, like things that are, we're talking about money, and then you see just money making people greedy stuff? No, you're seeing all walks of life. You're seeing all types of humans on here, whether they joined us a day, a week, a month, a year, 3 years. You're physically seeing, and then because you were invited by someone, you see them on the call, and then they were a part of a team that has 3 generations above them, and you see all their uplines and their uplines and their uplines. Does that make sense, everyone? We are showing, hey, come check out my team. Come check out this podcast. Come check out this testimonial. There is so much psychology in there. And then your prospect is going, if he was a leader or if he's a builder, he's going, oh my gosh, you guys created this? So that means I don't have to present? I don't have to do all this stuff? And then they're hearing testimonials and go, how many of these testimonials do you have? This product works this fast? And then he goes back to the website and verifies this? Does that make sense, everyone? Are your prospects pre-qualifying themselves? Are they doing all the homework? Are you guiding them to see this yourself? Or are you spoiling the fun for them? Are you spoiling the fun for them by telling them everything they need to know? Or are they getting to take their time and their place? And that is what the second 3 is. The first 3 is peak. The second 3 is follow up or pre-qualify. Find out, let them have their own fun. And that takes time, right, Marcy? Following up takes
Well, I would
time.
say, you know, the 333 part is the work you do. You patch 3 a day by making a list and exposing those people to our technology. The follow-up, of course, you're going to be following up with 3 a day. That's the work. And then you're going to be inviting 3 to our patching podcast because that's our secret sauce. But the PPP is the actual behavior. So when you're patching 3 a day, what are you going to do? You're going to be asking piquing questions. When you're patching 3 a day, you're going to be pre-qualifying people with the now site and testimonials. And then you're going to move them with the pack option. Many of you, like Peter, are so, what's the word I want to say? You're so knowledgeable now, you know what you're doing, that you will move them right into a wholesale pack. Some of you may still not move them to the wholesale pack, and that's why we have the gift, the sample pack or the gift pack, which is a 3-day supply of X39 with all the information that ships out to educate. So I just want to leave an open system so that you guys know that you have all the tools available for you to build this business. Some of you will go right from pre-qualification into a different pack. Some of you may want to have a gift in your pocket to mail out a patch or 2. That is totally up to how you want to do it. I allow for the patch 3 a day and the gift pack because I think 2 things happen. I think people are afraid to pick up the phone. Having that in your back pocket makes the fear not there. And also having the information go out. And the information that I like, honestly, is I'm going to show this to you. And this is what Charity does. I just made it a miniature. My favorite information that goes out for training people is the gifting envelope, which explains how the technology works. I just read it to people. And I love my what to expect card because I just read what to expect. I love the all products flyer. People pick the other products they want. I love the tracker form. They track the experience. And I even put an order form right in there. So when I'm following up, I'm taking the order right as I'm following up, educating them with the materials that go out to them. All these materials are on startx39biz.com under tab 6, give a gift, or under tab 9 or tab 9, Jan, or is it tab 8? Take the order. And you can print these out yourself. Tab number 9, take the order. And next week, I'll show you where some of the tools are, because these are the same tools, whether you give a gift or you just move into a pack. Some of our teams give a gift, some don't, they move right into a pack. But what I've noticed that what's the same is the teams are educating with the same 5 pieces of material. That is the same, Peter. They're all educating with the same 5 pieces. And that's really the other piece that is consistent with many of the teams that are building really fast, is they're using these pieces to educate in the follow-up, of course. So this would be used in the follow-up, not the peaking, not the pre-qualification, but in the follow-up. So Peter, back to you.
And everyone, the follow-up and the pre-qualification, again, that is where you're gonna dance, okay? That takes days. The peak takes instantly, everyone. You know that, right? The peak is, I'm asking you on a date. The follow-up and the pre-qualify is, when are we gonna go on the date? Does that make sense? Then the package is, okay, let's go on that date, okay? It takes a while to dance with that. So in the beginning stages, if you're brand new here, brand spanking new, okay? Or you've been with us for a little bit, why do we say 3-3-3? Because we want you to don't burn out the number one thing that is your golden, which is your database, your notebook, the names on your list. That is your gold. That is your money. If you do it wrong and you blow through your entire database by calling 10, 20, 30 people right away, and you don't know how to peak them, pre-qualify them, a lot of us already burned through our database. Does that make sense? Once you go through it, you can't go back. It's hard. That's why we want to take your time. The first 30 days in your business should really, for all the partners here, if you're bringing on new people, dance with them, flow with them. That's what I do. It's like going to the gym for the first month. You know, once you go to the gym for the first day, remember your first day, Marcy? What happened to your second day? You were sore. You can't even walk. And then what happened to the first week? Get it, everyone? This is the same thing. This is getting very uncomfortable for the brand new people, okay? You gotta make sure that you fail forward fast. Go through the motion. Role play with your teams. Like literally, when I sign on someone, I wanna have a first Zoom call. I really role play this. Eric and I are really role playing now with the brand new people so they can hear it more, so they feel comfortable. Could you do that with your next 3 people or the next 3 people and then see how the results are, see how comfortable they get, okay? And we do it together. Everything we do together on
So
this.
Peter, if I can mention, there's some people in chat that want to know where some of the tools are that a lot of the teams are using in the follow-up education. They don't really use these tools in peaking or pre-qualify. It's in the follow-up education. I'll show that to you. But also, I want you guys to know that just with some of the peaking lines that Peter and I gave you today, and knowing that you pre-qualify with the now site and testimonial should really take the fear away. Don't be afraid to contact your people, because when you peak them and just say, you know, take a look at the now site and a testimonial, you may or may not be interested. There's no pressure with that. Let me show you how to get a wholesale pack. Oh, you're not ready? No problem. I'll send you a few patches. There's no fear in mindset of love and being of service. You're not going to screw up your database if you have the mindset of love and being of service. So with that, I want to show you where you can find some of our follow-up education materials. Once again, this is after you peak, after you pre-qualify, and this is where you would use these materials to educate. And you guys, honestly, this is the funniest thing. I call folks and I just say, I don't know, I'm just learning myself. Let me read that to you. And they have in their hands, I mail them what I do with Charity. Remember how Charity taught us the clipboard? I have a clipboard now. My clipboard and what I mail somebody matches. It's not that hard. So let me show you where you can go find these. And once again, you go to startx39biz.com. That's startx39biz.com. And we can thank, hold on, give me a minute. Michelle, she's been helping me make some of the materials look better. And I'm really in gratitude for that. So you go to the 14 steps to success. Does everybody see this? And you go under give a gift. We're going to change the name. It's going to be ordered the business bag, not gifting bag, because it's a business bag. It's information really. And you go over here, buy the business bag. And in this business bag for $8, you get the full set of 10 envelopes. You get 4 of this, we're changing these names to the miniature information cards. You get 4 of each one. and you get some labels and you get some baggies. And I carry this around with me everywhere I go. I'm always using this as a tool, right? And so there's one, but there's more. Those are also under tab number 9, take the order. And if you go look at my favorite wands, it's just the exact same things. It's what to expect in English. What does Charity say? Print it off. I love this. Watch this. I say this so fast. Well, this is what you can expect when you put the first X39 on. You'll reset 4,000 genes in 24 hours. In 1 to 3 months, you're going to reset your brain. And by the way, we have research on that. In 3 to 6 months, you're going to repair your stem cells. Repair using stem cells. In 6 to 12 months, you're going to reverse your age 8 years inside and out. We have a study for that. I'm telling you, when I just read those to people, they're ready to put the patch on and they're ready to almost order right then. Okay, so print that out. That comes in your business bag. I also love the All Products flyer. I send this to everyone. I have it printed out on my clipboard, just like Charity. Hey, these are the different technologies we have. Oh, you have arthritis? Of course, X39, but you might want to look at Eon as well. And you know what? I don't say much more. They're calling me the next day, telling me what they want to order because they've read it. I also love the tracking form. This is what Charity uses to track, and Dr. Stacy. I know that you want your knee pain to go away, but that's going to take time because we're activating your stem cells. But let's go ahead and track how your energy is, how your sleep is. So I'm always using this tracking form. And I also always have an order form ready to take an order. The order form that I normally use is the very first order form. And this is where I say, well, of course, it's $149 retail, $119 to be a preferred customer. I like wholesale pack. Silver pack is 3X39, or you can mix and match the technologies, two for one. A gold pack is like double the inventory. It's family pack. And platinum and diamond, if you're ready to move this business, you're going to have inventory. And of course, 1X39 the following month to keep your stem cells activating. I use this order form and the All Products flyer to mix and match the pack that works best for them. And so I have this on a clipboard. I take orders all the time. And I also send this. It's also in the business in a bag, or the business bag. Lastly, in the business bag are the envelopes. And that's also under give a gift. And that envelope is right there. You guys don't have to buy anything if you don't want. There it is. And what do I say to people? I'll send this envelope or I'll hand it out. I don't read the whole thing, but I say, read along. Of course, Betty, I just am learning too. Do you have the envelope? I have it, and I have it on my clipboard. I say you wear it 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And what is it again? Oh, there's this little white crystal in the middle. And I just read it. This stem cell patch is made out of organic crystal. And when it uses the heat or the light, and it reflects back to activate a peptide, which activates your stem cells, produces more stem cells, and resets it to a younger, healthier state. Here's the crazy thing, Susie. When you put activated younger stem cells on old tissue, you turn it young again. Do you understand how I'm using these 5 pieces of material over and over and over again? After the piquing and the pre-qualifying, I use these 5 pieces on the follow-up. And I don't read the whole thing. I just take the small pieces, and that's how I educate. And I'm just using those same 5 education pieces over and over again, along with the Now site and along with our testimonials. So I hope that helps and it shows you where you can find them. Peter, back to you.
Wow, we're almost getting to the end of our training. I think we're going to wrap up everything. And everyone, once you get to the packages, Marcy has the best way to train. Just pick your package. You know, you all know there's 5 wholesale packages. Just go through it like how we've been doing it. Fit in where you get in. Customize it for them. Everybody needs to be on the X39, and then you have supportive patches to support you, okay? We've been doing that since day one. That's all good. So I want to finalize and wrap with this, okay? When you go to the gym, you have a goal, correct? What is the goal? To build muscles. Build muscles. What is the goal in network marketing? Build people. Build people. People are muscles here. Titles, ranks, we don't get paid more money. We don't get paid bonuses for reaching a rank. What does a rank define here for you? The higher your rank, the more people you have helped. That is it. Okay? Now, if you don't have a rank or you're moving up your rank, awesome. It is the speed of your life, your time, your journey. We are just all one big gym, and we're just all celebrating each other, building muscles, which is building people. Does that make sense, everyone? We're not going to ever let that go. I want to end this call with my part with this. Learn how to do one push-up. Do it one right. When you bring on one person, learn how to do it right. Does that make sense? Learn properly, utilize all your energy, all your effort to just you do your part right. Whether they get it, whether they don't get it, that's up to their time. Does that make sense, everyone? You do your part. Whether they do their part is up to them how fast they want to duplicate and do it. But what are you doing? You're doing it 2, 3 a day, a month, a week. I don't care. As long as you're in the gym, using the technology, we love that.
And Peter, can I just say, people want to know they really are liking this recording and they don't know where to find it. I'm going to share screen real quick where to find it. And that is once again at startx39biz.com. And it's very important that you plug into all our communications. And if you don't know how to plug it in, Jan, can you put your name in chat? Call Jan Rand, she'll help you on it. It's so important. But what you do is you want to go once again to the 14 steps to success. Okay. And when you go there, you're going to go to something called Join Telegram, Facebook, and YouTube. You're going to join them all. When you join Telegram, if you don't know how to do it, you have to download it on your phone. You have to put your name and email and phone number in there, and then you'll belong to Telegram. After you do it, you need to come back to this site and click all the links. The BeActivating community, that's where everything we talk about goes in there. This recording will be there. We have our BeActivating testimonials only. This is all our testimonials only, testimonials. BeActivating business training. This recording will be in business because this is a business training, okay? We also have the practitioner telegram. That's the telegrams that Dr. Patty and Dr. Stacy do. We also have before and after pictures because pictures tell 1,000 words. And of course, we have, thank you, Donna, the Spanish telegram. So these are very important. And this is where, when Peter says you pre-qualify with testimonials, you got to know how to pull them. Okay, so they're there. Okay, and next week we'll do a training on just the tools and the biz site and how to pull everything. I'm realizing we need a little hands-on so you know how to find everything.
Well,
Facebook, right? Hold on. Facebook is right here. You click on this and you join our Facebook. And then YouTube. It's very important that you join our YouTube. We have over 330 videos. We've been downloading YouTube for the last 3 months. We want our team to come up when you search Lifewave. So to do that, you need to actually join this and hit the bell, which means that you subscribe, and also hit that or subscribe and then hit the bell that you want notifications. That helps our YouTube rank up and be a more powerful team. Okay. And of course, we have Dr. Stacy's YouTube as well. Please join our communication because it's a huge part of the, as Peter says, pre-qualifying. Okay, thanks. Okay, Peter, back to you.
So today, our whole training in 1 whole hour was just to peak, pre-qualify, learn the tools to get to the packages. We learned today that we're gonna do one proper push-up. We're gonna train and develop and duplicate one workout buddy that one day will become a bodybuilder. Start this today. It's April 1st. Every person that you talk to from this moment on, watch this video over again. We're here to do transformations. We have 6 months. I want to see at convention, everyone here, invite at least 2 of your bodybuilders. I know Pat's going to bring 200 herself, okay? But I just want to see 2. If we can all hold each other accountable, get to the convention, book your hotels, register now. This will be another sold out event. Marcy and I are committed. We're going to have the biggest teams, the most rank advancements in the whole company, in the whole world, not just here, the whole world is going to see who we are. We're going to be the most cohesive, branded team in the next 6 months that not only Lifewave will see, but every picture. I want you all to picture this. Every picture on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your wherever you show yourself off. I want them to see our community and they will call you because they're so piqued to know what you're up to and what you're doing. So this has been a very important call. I just want to say again, it is April 1st. It is the beginning of our second quarter. Make sure that you grow in the next 90 days, whether it's 1%, 10%, or 100%, okay? Just keep growing. So we love you. Marcy, any last things you want to say before we say goodbye?
No, I just want to say thank you. It was a great training. I hope you found it valuable. Just remember, it starts with a list. Then we peak, we pre-qualify, we move to a pack. When we follow up, we use the follow-up information. And then, of course, we use the Now site and we use testimonials to pre-qualify. I think that was really tight, Peter, and I'm super excited about the training today. Thank you so much.
I'm going to use this training to share with everyone for the 333 Pique pre-qualify and packing packages. Everybody, enjoy your beautiful Saturday. Enjoy your beautiful Sunday. We will see you Monday again with Suzanne and I, and love you all. Later, workout buddies. See you again later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
We rock stars.
Bye, everyone.